already know. Back in the real vault, your boy Ski Nice, and of course,
Roni in the middle.
all right, all right, all right. What you got for me, Roni? Talk to me. What we talk about today?
We coming straight from me?
I mean,
off the rip?
you want me? All right, I'll go first.
Damn.
Let's talk about my son. I mean, I was gonna let you jump out in front. You know, when I jump out in front, we talk about my son Drakey. What's up? You want me to go or you good?
Go ahead.
My son Drakey. What's up, Drake? Yeah, baby.
I mean,
my son, you know what it is.
He's riding high right now. Literally riding high. My
Dog.
man bought a plane.
Word.
Sitting pretty.
Dog is huge.
So Lil Duval put up a post saying that it costs $120,000 to fill up on gas on his plane. He's like, I'm still broke.
Yep. Fuel is huge on that. He got the big boy too. He called the 30 passenger. The interior is decked out.
Why not?
And that's
he
Drake.
He rolls with a huge team, so it makes sense to do.
Drake is like the most successful person in everything right now. I think like his growth, his rate of success is humongous, and they did this before with Drake. They did a flight. Virgin Airlines did a flight with him going back and forth from LA to Toronto, and they had him and Arnold Schwarzenegger posted on the plane like pictures, and then it was like a movie. Because it was leaving out of LA, and he probably had just been the governor. This was in 2010, so
gotcha. That's kind of weird. I don't really want to see Arnold Schwarzenegger on the side
no,
of my plane.
Some planes were Arnold, and some were Drake.
Oh, okay, because I definitely don't want to see Arnold Schwarzenegger on the side. It's just weird.
But like, this one right here is like just Drake. This is all him.
Gotcha.
His shit say Air Drake on the side, so you know he's lit, nigga.
Yeah.
You know that nigga Drake lit with that Air Drake.
I mean, but it makes sense because he runs with a heavy team.
Yeah.
Like, Drake always ran with a set of like 20, 30 people with him.
Yeah,
so
he got the entourage.
Right, so it wouldn't make sense that he's like low-key, hopefully it doesn't end up this way, but he's low-key like Hammer. Remember Hammer used to run? Yeah,
Hammer went broke though doing that dumb shit.
That's why I said
I don't think that's gonna happen to Drake, nah.
But Hammer used to run with like 20, 30 people at all times.
And they had the big entourage and they all had those pants on. Remember them parachute pants? All right.
I'm not saying no, that was the day.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, you're crazy. Man.
But it makes sense that he would get something that's 20, 30 people because he runs with that crazy entourage.
Facts. And Drake said it. He was like, yo, this shit is not a rental. This shit is not a timeshare.
He owns
this
a
shit
plane.
This is my shit, my nigga.
Jesus Christ.
If you can afford to fill that plane like Lil Duval, you know what I mean? $120?
Yeah,
$120?
Just for fuel.
And that nigga's flying everywhere. If you got a jet, why not? I'm not taking no buses, no more, no limousine.
He's probably just flying to Canada.
Nigga, I'm flying that shit.
Going nowhere.
I'm flying that shit from Canada to California. I'm flying that shit from Canada right around the corner, nigga. If I'm paying $120 for that fuel, we out of here, baby. Word. I'm landing that shit at the movies. Like, yo, we lit, nigga. Avengers with the jet, nigga. Like, in the parking lot. No, nobody can park. We shut the whole shit down. Y'all niggas gotta park across the street.
So you dropping no landing strip, nothing, just straight, just raw parking lot.
Nigga, when you got a plane, you gotta pay maintenance, fuel, and you gotta pay the crew's salary. Cause they travel the world on that plane with you.
Yeah.
So you really gotta have big bread. Yeah. And Drake is, you know, that's that nigga right now. He's big bread like that. So
kind of dope.
Yeah.
Low-key kind of
Drake
dope.
Drake don't come out small. You know, he don't. When he do shit, he do it big. Like for instance. In the Toronto Raptors game, he shut down the whole Raptors, you know what I mean, arena. He's like, yo, this is my shit. Y'all niggas come here, I'm gonna be right here on the floor talking wild shit.
On the other hand, hasn't he been like the nemesis of all games that he goes to?
Yeah, because he be talking mad shit. Yes, he be talking mad shit. And but he's definitely a fan favorite, and the crowd loves him. And you know, the players, oppositional team players may not like him because he's talking mad shit to them. You know?
But the people who he wants to win loses.
Yeah, that's the Raptors. The Raptors haven't, but the Raptors are in it now. They got, you know what I mean? They doing well. The Raptors are doing real well. So
because Drake hasn't been at the show.
He's super excited. He was out on the floor the other night, you know what I mean? And they won. And they bust ass, and he was there talking mad shit. And he's Drake, man. He's doing it big.
Gotcha. So in other news,
great.
Lindsay Glass, she was a bartender.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
So she's a bartender that overserved someone who was obviously drunk, and she ended up serving him an additional drink, and it turned out to led to a killing spree of 8 people.
So hold on, let me just get it right from the top. So this dude, whoever he is, would remain anonymous. He was at the bar getting twisted.
Do you want him to remain anonymous?
I mean, it's up to you. You can put him out there. Your story, put him out there. I don't care.
His last name is Glass.
All right, so was he apprehended? He's in jail now, obviously, right?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, but this lady,
his last name's not Glass. No.
Her last name is
Don't
Glass.
put me out.
Her last name is Glass. So she served him up wild drinks, got him twisted, and then the nigga went out and just killed 8 people, or was he a rapist, or what was his motive?
Apparently, while he was at the bar, he was talking about people getting their, for the most part, comeuppance. Like, people did him wrong, and he was gonna set the record.
So he had a little resentment.
Yeah,
building.
So it was premeditated.
Okay.
It was definitely premeditated.
Wow.
But she has been reported to have texts that there's a guy at the bar and he's acting super weird.
Who did she text to? Do you know?
No, it doesn't say.
Okay, but it's a record of her texting that he was acting weird.
Okay. He was acting weird, but she still continued to serve him. I think it was like a vodka tonic.
Yeah, because he was probably tipping, and bartenders work off tips. Yeah. So she's trying to make some money for the night. She ain't really did nothing wrong because she didn't know about all that resentment that the nigga had and all that shit he wanted to do to people.
Yes,
he was a weirdo. He was a weirdo at the bar, but if you're a bartender, how often do you see weirdos at the bar?
That's very true.
Right?
You do see weirdos.
You still got to come up tonight. You still got to get your bread tonight, right?
I agree with that, but it's like if you see a dude who, like, apparently he was swirling around his knife, saying like people are about to get their
weapons at the bar.
Yeah, like people gonna get what's coming to them.
Nah, he's sus.
You know what I'm saying? So that kind of person, I'm not over serving, but I wonder with that, like the fact that she was charged. Like, he's in jail, but she was also charged.
Charged with what?
She overserved a customer that was.
So that's a charge now.
Yes,
so I can't go to the bar and get fucked up.
No, that's a law. That's why most of the bars that you go to,
you're right.
They will pay for you to take a cab home.
And they minimalize your drinks. Like if you, some places be like 2 drink maximum.
Yeah, that's a law.
It'd be like a 2 drink maximum or 3 drink maximum. And I've seen that, and I'm like, how do they know I had 2 drinks already? You know, I'm not acting stupid or nothing.
So the bartender ended up getting arrested because she overserved somebody, which led to an 8-person friggin' like
murder spree.
Yeah, like, mass murdering.
He killed all those people with that knife. Yo, that nigga's sick. Sick. That is sick. 8 people with a knife. You know what they say? Hold on. Where the gangsters at? You know what they say, my nigga? Yo. Gangsters out there, real killers and shit like that. Guns for show, knives for a pro, my nigga. Like, come on, 8 bodies on a knife, my nigga. It means that if you a professional killer, this nigga's a pro. He's killing people for a living. 8 bodies on a knife? Dog, you know how ill you gotta be? You gotta be a fucking
some Walter White shit.
That nigga's a ninja. That nigga's a wild samurai. Dog, and he was twirling at the bar. It couldn't have been that big. How the fuck did you kill 8 people? Were they women? Like, what?
It doesn't say.
It doesn't matter. 8 people's lives are gone, and this asshole, and you know what? She should be charged. If she saw that fool twirling the knife around at the bar talking about people gonna get this and get that, she should have either stopped serving the nigga or been like, hey, buddy, listen, I think you should pack it in. Because bartenders do that a lot.
I don't think so. It's like, it's
well,
hard
I've been
to
wasted.
Say, but that's what I'm saying. It's hard to say because there's many times where you go to the bar and you see that person in the corner that's drinking that drink, and it's like, okay, they're wasted. But now, should I go to jail because you don't know what your limit is?
But the difference is if they're not bothering nobody, because I get drunk all the time. I go out, I get twisted. You know what I mean? I don't bother nobody.
Let's not say that for the record.
No, it's the truth. What you mean? I don't have nothing to hide. It's the truth. The thing is this. I don't bother nobody. I'm not at that bar twirling the knife around and killing 8 people. I'm not even, you won't even hear a moan out of me.
She didn't know that he was going to kill the 8 people.
Nigga, you seen that knife come out, didn't you? A drunk nigga with a knife can't be up to nothing but bad.
But that's the same thing with a drunk person that gets into a fight. You don't know if that person's gonna pull out a knife and kill that person.
That nigga was at the bar with the knife, twirling it, and that was like drink 4, and that nigga's like, somebody's gonna get this knife to the, and you gave the nigga another 3 or 4 more drinks and tips and everything. Get the fuck out of here. She deserved to catch a little ACD or something, man.
So.
A night in the lockup, bitch.
So that's because it's hard to prove.
Listen, you don't come up for free.
Who's to say that he didn't come in there drunk? Who's to say that?
Even still, they supposed to note that. See, the thing is, she noted his behavior. So bartenders are supposed to note your behavior, right? She noted his behavior. Now you knowingly kept serving the nigga.
But there's no proof if she served him before or after that text message. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to prove. Because who's to say that he was normal?
It's not that hard
until that last drink, and then all of a sudden he got weird. I'm just saying.
You don't get drunk in one drink. No, you don't get drunk in one drink, man. It takes a few.
If you've been drinking, say, vodka for the entire night, one glass of Hennessy will mess you up.
Oh man!
And that has happened to me. Not putting this on record.
Zoom in, tight zoom on that face. Put a tight zoom on that face.
I'm just saying, I have been that person that if I've been drinking, say like vodka and cranberry for the night, somebody's like, "Oh yeah, we got some Hennessy."
But you know better than that. You know better than to mix them up.
It only happened twice. It happened that one time. I thought it was a fluke. It happened that second time, and now I.
How many times did you know better?
What I'm saying is the fact that you say that one drink can't mess you up. I beg to differ.
You're not gonna go from 0 to 100 in one drink. If you're already smashed and you come in, if you're already smashed and you come in and you have one, and then you're super smashed, I should have known when I served you that one that you were smashed. There's no way that you could come in completely sober and have one drink and be on 100.
No.
The nigga was drunk.
What I'm saying is drink 4 to 5, depending on what kind
Count them down. Count them down. Drinks 4 to 5. Okay.
4 to 5 could be the killer.
Yeah. And for him it was, because 8 people died. So moving right along, we're gonna talk about my man. My son, my man, John Singleton, man. Rest in peace. Obviously, the John Singleton, condolences to his family. There's a big feud with his family, and I want to talk a little bit about John Singleton's legacy. That man gave us Boys in the Hood. I don't think my generation, at least, I don't think there's anybody in my generation who doesn't know about Boys in the Hood. Boys in the Hood was iconic, and he was nominated 12 times, I believe, for Academy Award. He directed that movie at age 24.
12 times?
12 Academy Award nominations.
I mean, that's great enough.
That's in one shot. That's a Drake move. That's a Drake move.
Out of this.
So anyway,
about John Singleton.
right. But 12 Academy Award nominations in one shot at age 24, being the youngest black male director to ever win an Academy Award at age 24.
I didn't know that.
Yep, he gave us Baby Boy, Boys in the Hood, Fast and the Furious 5, or Fast 5 as most people know it. Poetic Justice is a John Singleton, and many others. And he had a stroke. He was having medical issues. His health wasn't the greatest, but he had a stroke 2 years ago and he was good. And then most recently he had a stroke and he passed. And in the wake of his passing, he's a wealthy guy. I mean, let's be real. He's a very successful movie director, and his estate, we'll say, is valued at a lot of bread, over $60 million. And his last will and testament, the last modification to his last will and testament was that all of his attributes, his earnings, and everything else go to his firstborn child. Only problem with that is he's got 7 kids. So now 6, and now I don't know all the details. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie about the baby mamas and how many kids with this and that, but
y'all ain't getting shit.
It's 6 other kids out there, and God knows how many baby mothers. I don't know if all 6 kids are with one woman. I doubt it, but it's hard to think about, that firstborn child was getting that 60. Word. If you got money, you gotta update that shit consistently, because now the baby mamas and the other kids, they fighting for that bag, nigga.
Gosh.
And the firstborn, I don't know how old the firstborn is. I don't know the names of the kids. I don't know if it's a man or woman, but I know that they got that bag. And the rest of the family is like,
the
yo.
money's like dripping on him. He's in the tub. It's like,
dog, that's lipstick on a pig right there. Like that, and from what I understand, it's still a kid. Like,
yeah, but his firstborn is still a kid.
I think so. Yeah. So
he
yeah, like 18. When I say a kid, I don't mean like a child.
Yeah.
I mean like 18, 19, 20s. That's still a kid in the eyes of the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the eyes of humanity.
66 million. Yeah. That
dog.
Is a lot to inherit.
So now I kind of like thought about it. And I was like, well, I put myself in his shoes. What would I do? You know what I mean? Like I got 6 other siblings, but I don't. You don't know how close they are. If you fuck with them. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm thinking about it like, if it was me, I might take like $1 million or $2 million and spread out 250,000 a piece for y'all little niggas.
I probably couldn't sleep at night knowing that my brothers and sisters like.
That's if they're my brothers and sisters. Because
if you all share the same father, then yeah.
Right, but at the same time, do you share any relation? Do you share any family time? Do you share any memories?
Okay, so
if I don't know you, listen, if me and you got the same father, but I don't know you, don't come for my bag, my nigga. Like, we're family. We're family.
But essentially, it's not your bag.
Now it is. Now it is. Now that Pops is gone, it is. Now that Pops is gone, it is.
We all have the same father. Yeah, we may not rock with each other like that, but can you watch people who are technically brothers and sisters eat top ramen while you eating lavishly at Felipe?
Did you hear my investment plan for the rest of them? I said I'm gonna spread a little 250,000.
So you are gonna give them 250,000
real light.
Real
light. Listen, when you allow people to feel the fiber of your fabric,
Jesus Christ,
okay,
and
whether they're family or not. You gotta think about it. Listen, I put myself in that kid's shoes. I got these siblings. I want to see them do well. I want to do for them because I'm not gonna leave them starving. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? But my nigga, I'm not bringing you on Drake Air with me, my nigga. I'm sorry.
66 million.
You're not riding in the Drake jet with me, my nigga. I'm gonna give you some bread. You had
Drake jet.
You had nothing.
You done brought Drake into every scene.
Because that's what's big. That's the big right now. My son is the big right now. Like
you sprinkling Drake.
A little Drake, yes. You gotta pepper him in there. Pepper that dude in, B. He's everywhere.
No.
Yes.
I couldn't live with myself. Like I have a brother from my father. It's probably not the same because we grew up together for a short period of time.
Nigga's a snake.
He's not talking about my brother you don't even know.
No, my allergies is what's going on right now. So
gotcha.
Do you see this? This is
funny enough.
It's for the pops.
He is from Canada and also from Toronto, where here we go sprinkle a little bit of Drake in there.
Like I got you doing it. Turned you on to it.
But I would share with him. Like if my father turned out to be some sort of millionaire,
you're gonna share. Yes, you have to share. That is an exorbitant amount of money.
250,000 off of 66 million is an insult. Keep it.
No, I said $1 million. Hold on. See,
you said 250,000.
Hold on. We're talking about 6 people here. I'm gonna spread
around. So
you
trying to tell me that $2 million a piece wouldn't be an issue? $5 million a piece?
Right. That's not an
$5
issue.
million a piece is only 30,000. You
right,
still got $36,000, dude.
Million. Right. No, you're right, and I'm with that. But I have to go accordingly with who I fucks with.
I can't.
What? You think everybody's gonna get the same spread?
I would assume so. I mean,
no,
if you don't rock
you wasn't
with
there balling. You wasn't there when I was shooting in the gym.
gym.
Yes. Who was there? Listen, who was there?
Shooting in the gym? If your father gave it to you and you didn't earn it,
I'm gonna spread. I'm gonna spread for everybody.
That's
y'all niggas get a little $2 million out, right?
But he's 18. He wasn't shooting in the gym, bro.
But here's the thing.
But
here's the thing. When you give people money who never had money, they don't know how to act, my nigga.
That's their business.
And hold on, no, it's not. It's your business too. Because when you give them that little $2 million, that little $5 million, whatever, they run through that. Now they think they rich. They not rich. You got the bag.
If I got $5 million,
if them niggas listen, you get them niggas bread. Listen, you'd be surprised. People have hit the lotto. People have hit the lotto for millions of dollars and went back to Burger King the following year. Okay,
Yes,
you give people who never had no money a bunch of money like that, they're gonna blow through it like they're rich, and then they're gonna be back on your doorstep again. Now you have a pet. You're feeding. Now you have a kid or you have a pet, a responsibility, because now you're responsible for all these niggas. You gave this nigga $5 million 3 years ago. That's your brother, true indeed. That's my brother. I gave this nigga $5 million 3 years ago, and that nigga's back on my doorstep again. Because he's broke. How the fuck you fuck up $5 million in 3 years? It happens.
Okay, so what you're saying is that you're not going to give your brothers and sisters money based on the fact that there's a possibility.
No, I am.
Let me finish. Based on the fact that there's a possibility that they're gonna fuck up their money.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I'm giving niggas low bread. Take it or leave it. If Pops leave me this bread, I'm the firstborn. I'm older than all you little niggas. Y'all are my doulas. And I got this bag. Why you think I got this bag? Y'all are my doulas.
Cause that.
Why? Because you be getting $2.5 million that you did nothing.
You said $250,000.
No. I said I would spread money around. $250,000 was an example. But realistically speaking, out of a $66 million fortune,
let's go.
I'm gonna go a little higher than that.
That we are not related, because I ain't getting shit.
Whatever, y'all niggas would be good, man. Just don't come. I'm like 50 with my shit, man. Don't come back asking again, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you this, beat it. That's it. Lose my fucking number. Take this money and change your life and leave me the fuck alone, because I got more money, and y'all niggas gonna blow through y'all shit thinking y'all rich, and I'm disrespectful. You know what I mean? I'm off that.
Speaking of 50, he has a new
show
with Lala called Intercepted, I believe it's called.
That sounds like the right.
It's based on a true story about a woman who was dating a football player, and she vowed, apparently it didn't go positively. They ended up breaking up, and she vowed never to date another football player, but apparently she ended up meeting I think it was a quarterback or a fullback or something like that.
So another football player.
And then it kind of changed her mind. So she did a novel about it, so now they're doing a show. It's supposed to be...
And Lala's taking the lead on that, right?
Yeah, It's supposed to be like not a part of Power, but it's supposed to be... It's also on Stars. So it's like it's a new
it's their next venture on Stars.
Right, it's their next... Hopefully it doesn't have the same money problems as
Power. Not with Fifth. Not with Fifth, man.
But I'm excited
Fifth gets
to
that
see
bag.
that, though. You know, just to see Lala back in the scene.
Yeah, I think she's dope acting, too. I think she's got, I think she has, a natural talent, because I don't know... I haven't seen a lot of, her doing a lot of acting, a lot of roles besides Power. But I think even with just Power, I think that she has a knack for acting. Okay. And I think that her getting a lead role now, Fifth putting her out there, that shit is enormous. Fifth is giving her, a layup right there. You know what I'm saying? She gets to go from a character on Power that's not even in the top 5 characters to a lead role because I think it's because she's talented. I think it's her talent that bang. He could have chose anybody, right, Fifth? Yeah. To do a side job. He was like, yo, Lala, I see it in you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Skyrocket, lead role, bang. Yeah. Especially given that you know what? Shouldn't have brought that up because I can't think of what her name is. But the girl from Girl Trip, I forgot what. No, not Tiffany Haddish. She too ratchet. Sorry, I'm sorry, Tiffany. Roll camera.
The other girl, but what I'm trying to say is black women actresses are on the come up. So he had a lot to choose from.
Yeah.
And the fact that he chose Lala.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying? I agree with you. Yeah.
There is a lot of black actress talent out there, dog. I see it, and I wonder, man. You know Fafty, man. You think Fafty is smashing, man? Not Fifth, but Fafty. No, right? I didn't think so either, but I heard a little chatter about it, 50's probably hitting that. And I'm like, that's what people would normally allege in this situation.
People always say that to defame the character of the female. They will always throw in.
You can't defame Lala. You can't. She's dope.
No, you can easily.
Really? I think she's super dope. I think that
she is super dope. She's easily defamable though. Did I say that you should be on? I think that Lala is. I think that she's. She's definitely dope, but she's easily defamable.
Like anybody else.
Her more so than any, because I feel like her.
She doesn't have a bridge. She doesn't have a connection, right?
Yeah,
deep embedded.
Yeah, right. She's not embedded in that culture, first of all, and also I feel like her split with Carmelo Anthony was hella sus. Like they were on, and they were off.
That's why I think Fofty might have smashed, because you remember when the split came?
But
I don't want to be gossiping.
I remember when that split came. However, I'm trying to break free of women only making it just based on because of their.
No. Like, that's not why she's making it. That's not why she's.
No, I get that, but I'm just saying I don't want to denounce her fame or her efforts. Yeah. By saying, "Oh, she slept her way to the top."
No, that's not what I was saying. I was thinking that Fofty smash, like Lala. I don't think she ever had to smash her way to the top. Like she's a very regal person in my opinion. From what I've seen of her, she's like respectful and she keeps her statutes like up. You know what I mean? Like she forces people who opinionate her or who view her to respect her. She demands and kind of commands a respect. Yeah, I do. I think highly of her.
I never Lala that much thought.
She's not. She's people like yo. People,
never given her that much thought.
I used to look at her like she was thotty. Actually, I used to like she's kind of thotty. And then I started to look closer at her under the scope, and I'm like, I could see why Fifth would make a move with her, with as far as a business venture. Now, I don't mean like relations. I mean like as a business venture. She was thotty right at the She was thotty when her and Carmelo was like early thottiness, man. I see the signs. She was groupie-fied, my nigga. That nigga Carmelo, that nigga Carmelo, dog. Come on, man. That NBA money, she got used to that NBA money real quick, my nigga.
A hoe into a housewife?
No, I didn't say that, and I will not. I'm not going to record and say. I'm saying that.
Thoughts never die. Thoughts is.
No, they don't. Thoughts is never die. Thoughts never say die. They're like G.I. Joes. Thoughts never say die.
They never die.
They're behind the walls breeding all the time, and you're right. And that's why the door is open for Fofty have smashed her because she's thought-based. She's thought-based. She's thought-based.
But I feel like your argument is kind of
contradictory.
Yes,
but it's not.
In one word, you're saying that she's regal, and you find that she's like she forces people.
She's grown a lot. She's grown a lot.
But then she's also a thought.
Well, she's thought-based. She's a thought from the start.
Yeah, but if thoughts don't die, then she could never be regal.
Right, but you
can't be a thought and be regal at the same time.
Sure, you can.
Really?
Yeah. You ever seen that black lady? She a judge on TV. She got the smooth hair. She was a thought. Do your science on it, baby. And this bitch is a judge now, and she's like ordering my court, and she's presiding cases and all that.
Yeah, but how does that make her regal? So just because she got education and was able to get a job that most other can't get, that's not. No.
Not the education makes her regal. Her behavior during the time of the education and during what shows, the precedent that shows when she goes on TV, she's a judge. She has a robe on. Let's go into her backstory.
But that's education. That's not regal.
Well, regal people are usually educated.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
But I don't think that goes hand in hand because
I think so.
if you're born as a prince, you don't have any education, but you're regal.
But princes aren't regal. Kings are.
But
a prince is not regal.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. They're an underling.
Regal family.
A part. Right. They have
to
be
a family is a regal.
No.
Prince, a princess, a king.
You know who Prince Nassim Ahmed is? You know who Prince Nassim? He's a boxer and he's a Saudi prince and he ain't regal at all. So, and he's a prince. He's a thought. He's a boy thought.
Your whole argument. So
no, it doesn't.
He is a prince, but he's not regal. You just said
right. He's not.
You didn't say prince. You said king.
No, he's a prince, and princes are not regal. A king is regal.
If you are part of the royal family, you are considered regal.
Most would assume so. Most would assume so, but it's not necessarily true. No, it's not. I just proved it's not.
Most would assume that it is.
I just proved that it's not necessarily true. I just gave you Prince Nassim Hamed. He's a thought, and he's not regal at all.
I'm just saying it's true.
Whatever.
That's all I'm saying. It's totally true.
None are regal. How about that? So. We're going to talk about my man Offset. My son Offset, they saying that he survived a drive-by shooting in Atlanta when he was in the studio. I seen a few videos about it. I didn't see Offset anywhere in any of these videos. I don't know if maybe he was just at that particular studio recording or doing music. And, excuse me, because in the video you got guys driving by. They shoot up the studio. I don't see anybody outside. So maybe they shot the studio that he was in. But they say that Offset escaped it. There's a lot of that going around. And they say that he escaped the situation. I don't see him making an escape. I just see like he may have been there and they wanted to send a message and they shot the studio up, and he may have been in that studio. But in all of the videos I've seen, he's not making any physical escape.
So is Offset in any part of, like, I don't want to just put gang out there, but is he a part of any sort of situation where he would have beef per se?
Well, I mean, as far as the gang world goes, I don't know him to be affiliated in any gangs.
And neither do I. So
I think that Offset is a good guy. He's doing music and he's getting money. He's married to Cardi B. Like, him being married to Cardi B is like, you know, a fame thing.
Yeah.
So he's a famous person, but I don't see him having beef with any. But then again, there is a video of Offset smacking a camera out of somebody's hand in like a Walmart or something. They ran up on him and.
Yeah, but that's paparazzi in your face, and you just get pissed off.
But these, that's true, and I get that. But these were like regular people. It wasn't like TMZ or anybody with cameras. It was somebody like, oh my God, Offset, and they were fans.
To be fair,
they were fans.
Everybody doesn't handle stardom the same.
You're absolutely right.
Sometimes, like.
And as a man, you gotta handle yourself.
In my face, and I'm pissed off because I'm tired of
I'm not with it right now.
Go to Walmart. Yeah. And can't pick up toiletries for my baby, or can't pick up Pampers for my baby without somebody like, oh my God, it's Offset.
You're absolutely right.
So that is a separate matter. But what I'm saying is, I've never heard of any situation where he has been sort of gang affiliated or sort of team affiliated.
Me neither.
That somebody would have some sort of beef with him
but
to want to do a drive-by shooting. Like, you can't hate his music that much that you want to kill him.
Right. But you know what? See, Atlanta is a unique place. Because Atlanta, there's a lot of street activity going on in Atlanta, a lot of goons, a lot of hood shit, and there's a lot of guns in Atlanta. Now, Atlanta is also a city where people come to show off. There's a huge amount of stardom in Atlanta. There's a lot of money going around in Atlanta, and a lot of high-profile celebrities perform in Atlanta, stay in Atlanta. But the goons that surround Atlanta, they are the ones that you encounter as an entity. Like, if I was famous and I went to Atlanta, when I get to Atlanta, I fly in, I get to my hotel, whatever. You got to deal with the people in the streets.
Right.
Just like how Offset was in Walmart dealing with somebody and smacked their phone. You don't know who you're dealing with, okay? And you in a place where it goes down. So now, if there's been any words or any little disputes or discrepancies in Atlanta, it's pure overkill out there. Niggas is shooting everything. Okay, you go back into the history of Atlanta, niggas, they rob more niggas shining in Atlanta and have more shootouts at shows in Atlanta than probably anywhere else in the U.S. besides Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
So you got to back that up with facts, because Atlanta people about to come for you.
Nah, Atlanta people know. I got family in Georgia. Gotcha. My mom's is in Bainbridge, Georgia. Shout out Georgia. Shout out Stone Mountain. You know what I mean? Everything in Atlanta. I know how it go down in Atlanta. That's why I'm telling you this. It's like, you can't go to Atlanta thinking you a celebrity. You know what I mean? Da-da-da. It'll go down in Atlanta. There's plenty of celebrities out there in Atlanta that have got ran down on, have got shot at. Jermaine Dupri will tell you most famously when he threw his party with Puffy, you know, this is in the 90s. Niggas sprayed that party because Puff and Big was supposed to be, Big and Pac was both supposed to be there. And Pac never showed up. But niggas sprayed that party. This is high level industry party, security on deck and everything. It goes down in Atlanta.
So you're saying that he got shot just off the rip?
Well, he didn't get shot. But
not shot, but
supposedly escaped. Right, he supposedly escaped the shootout. What I'm saying is this. Right. If niggas had a problem with Offset in Atlanta niggas had a problem with Offset, they knew he was in that studio, they're gonna let it fly. They're gonna let it go, and it's gonna go down in Atlanta. And that's what I think probably could have transpired. Even though Offset, to me, is like a good guy. He doesn't have beef with anybody. I couldn't see him.
Historically, I never really heard of him having any sort of kind of like major beef where people would want to, you know, attack him like that. Again,
but then again, he's married to Cardi B.
You never know. Yeah, but if anything, if he got shot in the Bronx, I could understand.
Well, Offset probably wouldn't be in the Bronx. That nigga probably would not be in the Bronx. You don't choose
to be in the Bronx.
Niggas is not going back to the Bronx. Cardi B doesn't even want to be in the fucking Bronx no more, my nigga.
If you don't gotta be in the Bronx,
and I love the Bronx.
Stay out the Bronx.
I love the Bronx, but
I'm
listen.
only going for Yankee games. Only.
I love the Bronx. I love Washington Heights. I love my city and I love the Bronx, but you don't want to reside in the Bronx if you got money. The Bronx is not where you're going, even if that's where you come from.
Hate on me if you want to. If it's not a Yankee game and you are not paying me,
Good
I am not
night.
going to the Bronx. It is a long drive. It is also a toll. And also, it's a long subway drive. I'm not going to the Bronx. If I'm not going to a game, I'm not going to the Bronx.
Hilarious.
Keep the Bronx weird. The Bronx to me is like Staten Island. Y'all far away. I'm not trying to come at me.
So let's move on. Let's see what else we got here. What else you got, LeVon?
Oh crap, I went blank.
Nas, Mary
no,
Blige?
not even that.
Okay.
I'd like to touch on Ayesha Curry.
I was just about to say that Ayesha Curry.
Yeah, you know what? I'm getting a lot of different feedback from that.
Is it true that she wants male groupies?
Well,
that's what it is?
What she said is that she finds that a lot of young women are throwing themselves at Steph, and she doesn't feel as though she gets the same kind of attention. That was her argument. So I had a discussion with a lot of people with this in preparation for this. So some people said that it's disrespectful to her husband because it's like you're pretty much going out there saying that you want to get attention, like you're seeking.
Did you hear what Cardi B said about it?
No.
Okay, got it.
But it's like she's seeking attention from other men.
Yeah.
While you have a husband, so it's kind of a like stab at her husband.
And then she tried to kind of like throw it under the butt, like sweep it under the rug, saying like the lack of male attention because he be on the road and stuff like that. That's why she wants so much. Did she use that as a ploy or no?
No, that's not what I heard. Pretty much, she never really said anything about him being on the road. Mm-hmm. It pretty much was just saying he gets a lot of attention from women, especially younger women, and she feels as though she can't. She feels as though she doesn't get the same kind of attention. So,
but why should she?
That's neither. I'm not putting my 2 cents on.
No, but if you look at the attention, like you just said, it's true, and I can believe that Steph gets a lot of attention from younger women or whatever.
He's a basketball player.
There we go. That's what I wanted you to say. What did she do? What is she? All right. You think he's attractive? Then that's cool.
I personally don't find him attractive, but to the main scope,
the consensus.
Yeah,
okay.
he's attractive.
All right, well, whatever. That's women shit.
He's like aesthetically,
but he's getting a lot of poontang thrown at him,
and that's her problem.
And she wants the same attention because she's
has a cookbook.
She does?
She has a cookbook.
All right, can she cook? Is it good food? What is she cooking? Nobody knows. Here's what Steph is doing, though. Because GSW just won the other night.
No.
Here's what Steph's doing,
She gets her own credit. She's doing her own thing. She has her own career. She's not just a stay-at-home mom or something like that. But I think it's just kind of like a woman who is going into her 30s, 3 kids in. You got...
you signed up for that, boo.
Yes.
Show the rock.
I agree.
Show the rock when we talk about those 3 kids in.
She signed up for it. However, it's still...
You live in a multi-million-dollar home.
At first...
You don't work.
At first...
You take care of children all day.
That's the thing. It's not... You can't say that she doesn't work, because she does.
What does she do?
I just told you, she has a cookbook. She's on, like, a television show. Mm-hmm. She does, like...
And this is all taxable income.
She's on.
And this is all taxable income.
She's on the cooking channel.
And this is all continuous taxable income.
At first, I came for her head like everybody else.
Right,
I thought that it was like, well, let me finish, because you just be flapping out at the mouth. At first, I came for her, and it was just like, like, why is she complaining? Why are you disrespecting your husband? This, that, and the third. But then I looked at it, and I thought, like. I looked at it from the outside standing in. I feel like every woman goes through that, but they don't talk about it.
Correct.
Every woman goes through the point, especially after having three children and married to somebody who's...
3 children is a lot of children.
And married to somebody who's very famous, and you have these young groupies that's like leaving panties at the door and stuff like that.
It must be rough.
You have a bit of insecurity.
Yeah,
and she touched on a subject that a lot of women don't talk about. So for me, like, yeah, you can come at her. I came at her. I'll admit at first it was just you being disrespectful. This is that and the third. Like, like how can you pretty much just say that your husband's not giving you that much attention? You're pretty much looking for attention to turn down said attention because you're married. So you're looking for people that.
Are you turning it down?
Essentially, that's kind of what you have to believe.
We'll assess.
Slide in her DMs. So she could turn them down. But again, like I said before, it's a very human feeling that she's going through.
It's natural. It's natural.
She just touched on a subject that a lot of women just don't, they don't admit.
All right, can I say something? I think that she has more attention and more. I think that being Steph's wife, I think that having those 3 kids with him, I think that's supporting his career. I think that she has a lot to stand on, and I think that this outcry for attention it's something normal because of maybe the lack of attention that he's able to give because he's traveling, he's playing, he's on the road a lot. But I think that honestly, she has a lot of acclaim, my nigga. Like when I
but a lot of acclaim based on her husband.
No, not just that though.
But you were just shutting down all the things that I said that she was doing.
No, I wasn't shutting
income.
them down. I was just contesting them in the eyes of generality. I wasn't shutting her down. You have to contest everything.
But
you have to wager negative and positive.
Can we do the real play when you say, what does she do for money?
Right. We're contesting. You have to contest everything. How do you get to fact? How do you get to facts?
Before I even mentioned the things that she did for money, your answer to what I was saying was, well, what did she do for money?
Right. That's called cynicism. That's my own personal. That's me. I could be a cynic if I want to, can I? I could be cynical, but on a general level, I mean, that's still Steph Curry's wife. When we look up Steph Curry, now I'm not attributing her success to his. What I'm saying is we look up Steph Curry, he has all these accolades in sports. He's an athlete, right? Mm-hmm. Then you say, well, every man, if he's got kids, we see his beautiful daughter all the time, right? His daughters, his kids. There's a woman behind that. Behind every strong black man, light skin of course, there is a stronger black woman. And she I think that she gets acclaim off of that. And she doesn't need, I think that she gets more acclaim and she gets more love than she knows she has, or she desires more than she knows she needs, or she knows she has.
But all because of her claims are based off her husband.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Said that
her husband did not have 3 children.
But
her
she
husband
had
didn't
3
push out 3 kids.
But she had 3 children to a basketball player. If she had 3 children
so
to the
what?
average Joe,
listen, I'm nobody. I'm not Steph Curry. If I have a wife,
had 3 children by you, it's not going to be the same thing.
No, it's phenomenal. And it's still phenomenal. A woman that gave me 3 children is not phenomenal. What are we talking about? Is this not Mother's Day weekend?
Oh, you just trying to slide that in, didn't you?
I mean, what are we talking about here?
Argument.
I mean, what are we talking about, baby? She's phenomenal she's phenomenal at the most menial level. Okay, just all that she does on the level that they're doing it. She lives very comfortably. Okay, she's given him 3 children. Okay, she deserves every bit of pristine accolade that she's gotten, and then she's branched off and done her own thing. Like you said, she's done a cooking book, done a cookbook, and she's done what, daytime television? Was it? You know what I'm saying? She's got her own accolades. I think that it's time to just dial it back, my nigga.
So are you saying that she's wrong for her statement, or she's right for her statement?
Neither. I'm saying that it's human. I'm saying that her statement is just a natural human desire. And if I was Steph, I would, if that was my wife, I would pull her to the side and be like, baby, what's really going on here? Like, what is it that you really want?
That's what I'm saying. It was
exactly.
It was an outcry.
Right.
To me, it was
that's what it is.
That's
what it is. It's a damn outcry. So, but I mean, you get up there, think about the lap of luxury she's living in. Think about the level of.
But again, that's also based.
She's
on
comfortable,
her husband.
right? And she's comfortable enough due to the base
of
her husband to go out and say wild, outlandish shit. Why does she even have a voice in the public? Because of her husband. Yes. Nobody's checking for Ayesha Curry if she wasn't Steph Curry's fucking wife, baby mother, wife, whatever. She has a platform to do this. What she's doing, this outcry, you would not know about this. There are wives out there who have the same outcry. They got 4 kids by a nigga that nobody knows, and they want attention too. This nigga sells weed all day long.
You're hella elaborate right now. Yes, we get it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. This is menial relationship shit, and it just on a higher level.
It's media relationship shit that shouldn't have been put to.
Yeah, she shouldn't have. I don't think
you
that.
You don't say that. Yeah. Not from my husband.
And not when you getting all that bread, my nigga. Like, why would you fuck that bag up?
Money isn't everything.
Why would you fuck that bag up? Clearly.
So
money.
So old school.
Clearly money isn't everything because she getting bread and she's still out crying for groupies because she's like, stop competing. Chris Rock said this in his Tambourine stand-up. He said, listen, if you're going to be successful in a relationship, in a marriage or whatever, you have to, always be fucking. Always be fucking. Always.
We got it.
We got it. And then, no, always be fucking.
We got it.
Okay.
We got it.
And then stop competing.
Yes.
This is the problem we have here with Steph and Ayesha. She's competing. You can't compete. He doesn't even want that accolade. The accolade that these groupies are throwing panties in. He don't give a fuck about that. He got 3 kids with you. That nigga does not need you, my nigga. He could have bounced on you even if y'all had 3 kids. Divorce that, settlement this, gone, single again, and another ring. This is GSW over here. He don't need her. He come home to his wife all the time. He takes care of his kids. That nigga's a good dude, man. You feel what I'm saying? He don't need that.
He doesn't need what?
He doesn't need the stress of you wanting male groupies, and he doesn't need the groupies that he's got because he's coming home to you.
Oh, gotcha.
And having 3 kids with you, my nigga.
Well, apparently you're saying something that probably doesn't happen because she's not feeling successfully. You know,
she's too used to that bag. That's why she's too accustomed to that bag. Let's bring her back down to ramen noodles and see what your issues are now. What are you blogging about now that you're eating beef ramen?
The new edition.
Exactly. Fuck out of here. So anyway.
So Nas and Mary J. Blige is starting.
All right. Go ahead now.
And I'm kind of happy to see 2 old heads. Well, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Man.
I didn't want to say that. I didn't mean to say that.
2 old heads now.
I'm excited to see two classics in the game.
Yo, Josh,
collab
man.
together.
We need you. We need you bad, baby. Edit this up. Need you bad, man.
Yeah, edit out the old heads.
Nah, they are old heads though. I mean, I love them, and Nas is my favorite rapper, and I'll still call a nigga old head. That's my OG. So yeah, that's not a stab. They old heads.
Both of their first albums came out in 1994.
25 years deep.
25 years.
For Nas and Mary J. Blige.
Yeah,
shout out them both.
to them. So I'm not sure if that's the reason for the collabo, but apparently they.
Nah, I heard they was been supposed to work together though.
Gotcha.
Mary J. Blige, you know, she did with when she did the song with Method Man. You're all I got.
Yeah.
And then
Wasn't
she did.
That on What's the 411?
Yes. And then she did. And then she did the follow up with Ghostface.
They were supposed to work together back in that day.
Yeah, since that time.
Oh.
Mary J. Blige. That was Mary J. Blige's pinnacle, like growth.
That was her first album. No.
That was when she was coming out big and doing a lot of features with hip hop artists.
Yes, but she didn't get big until her second album, and I forgot the name of it.
Good for you. So now moving right.
I'm gonna find it out.
Huh?
Together, I ruled the world. Ruled the world.
That's Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, that is definitely Lauryn Hill.
Don't chime in. Don't chime in. Don't chime in, bro.
I told you need to be on the podcast. You gonna talk.
Brodio, don't chime in. I got this.
Oh no! Share My World. There you go. I don't need my phone.
Share My World. Share My World is her second album.
Exactly.
Right.
That's when she got big.
Okay.
To me, What's the 411? She was still like.
I think What's the 411 is the most classic, but it wasn't her biggest growth.
She did a lot of collabos.
Right. That's why it's the most classic.
Yes. But Share My World is what girls play during the breakup.
Right.
Like Share My World is like.
Go ahead, have your moment, boo. Go ahead, have your R&B moment. Go ahead.
Album.
All right.
It's the album of all albums.
I love Mary J. Blige just because Mary J. Blige has experienced a lot of hardships in her life. If y'all know the backstory,
and
her music, right? Her music. Mary J. Blige.
That happy marriage.
Mary J. Blige has experienced a lot of hardships in her career and her life, and she's like a true testament of time. Like to see Mary J. Blige still doing music and singing, it's like watching something survive the test of time. No lie, for all that she's been through. And then the collaborations in the hood, like we love to hear Mary J. Mary J was the only real collaboration respected on a hip hop level in the 90s. The era that I come from, there was no other R&B singer that could get on a track with Faith comes later on. That's late 90s. Mary J. Blige was 1992.
Mona Lisa.
Mary J. Blige was 1992, 1993, 1994.
Mona Lisa and Heavy D. That was the track. God, you got me picking my brain now. I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, go ahead. You painted yourself into a corner. Go ahead. Go ahead now. Camera's on you too. Go ahead. Zoom in. Tight zoom on this one.
I can't think of anyone else. Oh, hold on. Let me think. Foxy Brown is not a R&B artist. Okay.
Foxy Brown.
business.
Here we go. So like I was saying, Mary J. Blige is like the
Next week, I got a list for you. Give me time to look
Mary
it up.
J. Blige
I'm
is
cutting
the
off the
number
whole-
one.
I'm cutting off the whole podcast.
Mary J.
First of
Blige
all-
is the number one R&B singer to do a collaboration with. If you're an up and coming hip hop artist in the '90s, that is, she is. Her career is spawning. Okay,
Nah, but she ain't doing no collabos.
Tony Braxton was limited collabos, and also, huh?
Who? Jadakiss?
Janet Jackson was not
No,
collaborating with hip
Janet
hop
Jackson
artists.
didn't do
Janet
hip-hop
Jackson is a
collab
pop-
until like 2000 and something.
Janet Jackson is a pop queen.
I think she did a song with like Ja Rule, maybe, or Bobby
Let's
Brown.
think about.
Oh yeah, Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey was
Yes.
up and coming. Her career starts. Her career takes off, spawns after Mary J.
J-Lo.
Blige.
Oh,
J-Lo.
yeah, that was after.
J-Lo,
That was after.
my
I
nigga?
mean, Ja Rule. What's my mother?
That's
name?
2006. Ashanti is 2002, 2003. What are y'all talking about? Where the historians at? Point the camera at me.
Next
Thank
week,
you. Thank
next
you, my nigga.
week,
Mary
I got
J.
you.
Blige.
Got you.
In the early '90s, early to
Yo,
mid '90s, was
in the comments.
was the number one
In
R&B
the
artist.
comments, let me know.
There's a camera for you, but you don't gotta get up. Mary J. Blige, and then you with Mariah Carey was a good suggestion. Yes, Mariah Carey does go back. Mariah Carey has done mad features. So yes, in the late '90s though, early '90s is Mary J. Blige.
A feature with Old Dirty Bastard.
Who?
Yep.
Mariah
J.
Carey?
Blige? Me and Mariah.
That's
go black like
Mariah
this.
Carey. Yeah, not Mary J.
Yeah.
Blige. Not
No,
OJ
yeah,
Bastard.
no,
Mar-
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I meant Mariah.
That was
Carey.
late. That was late '90s. That was ODB because ODB was still alive. That was late '90s. So, but we're talking like early '90s, like
Anywho.
9-2
What
to
was the
9-5.
Beyonce.
They didn't do
That
no
was-
collabos.
50.
That was late '90s, early 2000s.
Wait,
Destiny's
Destiny's
Child was
Child
not
did a
around
song
in the
with
'90s.
50?
I was in like freaking mad.
Destiny's Child did a song with 50?
Yes,
Beyonce
Destiny's
did a
Child,
song with-
nigga.
with
How about
50.
this? Destiny's
That was-
Child. You want to talk about Destiny's Child? Beyonce did a song with Cameron. Talking about back in the days.
Right.
Back in the 90s.
Right, I'm just saying you mentioned Destiny's Child. Anyway, we're talking about Nas and Mary J. Blige
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
That niggas went off
Back
on a
to the main
tangent.
point.
The reason
So,
why this is iconic is because
Are
it's
you buying
25
tickets?
years.
Are you buying tickets to the tour? Is my question.
I would love to see that show. Yes, I would love to see Nas and Mary J. Blige, and I would love to see the turnout more so, the crowd more so than the show because I know the music I like. They're older, they're classic music. They're gonna do an album together. They're gonna have new music, which I'm awaiting to hear. Love to hear the collaboration, but they're just both of them. Nas's catalog of classic and Mary J. Blige catalog of classic. That alone is a show.
Gotcha.
You don't even need the new music. That alone is a show, my nigga. Both of them have so much content and the way that they can chop it up. Are you crazy? Imagine Mary J. Blige singing "If I Rule the World" because Lauryn Hill's not around because she went crazy or whatever, right? So Mary J. Blige singing "If I Rule the World" performing with Nas. That would be epic. Hell yeah, I would buy tickets to see that. You serious?
Funny enough, they're not performing in New York though.
Not at first. It'll make its way
I
here.
hope so, but I
It'll
think
make
the
its way
closest one is Atlantic City, and I believe upstate New York. But I figured.
But
that
you
they
know
were
why?
two
Because they're old
power
heads. They're-
Yeah, but I feel like they had enough power to at least make it to the Barclays.
Yeah, but no, because that's for new and up and coming acts that bring larger
I'm about
crowds.
to go see Erykah Badu in the Barclays Center.
Erykah Badu is still
think so?
really potent. Erykah
I saw
Badu.
More
is-
so than Nas.
I saw Nas at Barclay.
No, Nas was at
You did?
Barclay,
Okay.
and then Nas and Jay-Z just performed at Barclay for Nipsey. They just
Okay.
did the Blue Light show.
So that's what I'm saying. I
Right.
feel like Nas and Mary J. Blige could
They'll make it
pull,
there.
like,
They'll
at
come
least
back.
a Madison Square Garden.
What you got to look at is the tour dates, where it kicks off from, because
Okay.
that may be a tour that kicks off in
At least
in-
a Prudential Center.
yeah.
Like,
But that may be a tour that kicks off in the Midwest or wherever it kicks
Prudential
off,
Center?
and it makes its way back
It's in
towards
Jersey.
New York later on.
Prudential.
Giant Stadium.
No, Prudential Center.
No, Prudential
is,
Center is in New Jersey.
It's like
Rutherford.
Central Jersey.
Central? That's not
Yeah.
Rutherford? No, I'm sorry.
No.
Giant Stadium is Rutherford, New
Yeah,
Jersey.
Prudential Center is. It's like it's not so much north, but it's not south. It's like mid. It's not Camden, but it's like lower north Jersey, if that makes any sense.
You got a lot of Jersey rundown experience.
Exactly.
You fuck with Jersey.
Well, my best friend's from Jersey,
There we go.
and I drive through it a lot.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Maryland. Shout out to DC. Brian, Tisha, I love you guys, and Marlon too.
So my nigga Fifth back on deck, collecting more bread. What's up? What's up, Jackie Long? What's up,
Yo,
nigga?
my man
What's up, man?
Fofty is
Fofty
killing
out
the
here, baby.
game.
Listen, this is how you mastermind and enterprise shit. Real talk. You lend niggas money when they need it. You find niggas in little rat
When
holes.
you don't need it.
No. Listen.
You never lend money if you need it.
No. I said find niggas who need it. They need it. You got it. You lend niggas money when they in a clutch and shit. Bring them out. You know what I mean, help them out. Da da da. Look out for them. Whatever they need, you got. Obviously, Fofty's got it, right? 50's got it. He's got bread, and he's loan sharking. You know what I mean? That's a good way to make bread.
Essentially how.
That's essentially how modern finance works and banks work. Banks don't make money off of holding your money. They make money off of charging you to loan you money or to hold your money. And that's what Fofty's doing.
Money that you put in there.
Yeah, but that investment bread goes to them. That's quarterly stock shares.
Yeah.
You don't see none of that. So with 50, he's like, nigga, you need some bread? I got you. 250,000. I got it. Hold it, take it, hold it, do what you gotta do, and get back to me.
So who paid him back?
Your man Jackie Long, but he
He finally got his money back.
Well, no, he paid him back on time. Like whatever their little agreement was or contract, whatever, he paid him back on time. He just didn't pay him back in full. And as you know,
then that's not on time.
Exactly. And as you know, niggas from the hood like to be paid in full, nigga.
Yeah.
So if I lend you $250, nigga, don't bring me back $247. You owe three, you know what I mean? You owe $3 on that, nigga.
I got your head for 3 stacks.
Yeah, and the nigga, and what's crazy is I know that this Jackie Long and his people or whoever was involved in it all was like $3,000 on $250,000.
Wait, that was legit
the numbers. 247. Wow. Now tell me this. You must be fucked up. Who the fuck pays back 247 on 250,000? How you turn up with 247,000?
Listen, maybe he ain't have it.
My nigga,
Seriously,
I'm at your door for three. Well, guess what? I'm a big dog out here, right? I'm able to lend 250 like that. I can lend you here. Here's 250. I'm big like that, right? But I'm also petty as night and day. And I lent you 250. Don't come back with 247, my nigga.
Yeah, but then that's the person who borrowed it fault.
Right.
Because you knew he was
your
petty
man
from Jump Street.
Well, wait a minute.
You never borrow money from somebody who you know will put you on blast for owing. Number one, you know it's petty. Number two, you know that's gonna come for their money at the time that it's due.
And you borrowed that money from that person.
Yeah, you never borrow money from people who have those same kind of attributes.
But here's the situation. Whenever you have to borrow money, you're in dire straits. So you're never looking at all that. You're looking at who you can get to lend you this bread right now to get whatever you need done.
Yeah.
And then once this is done and the profits are made and we flip this and I have the money to pay you back, now I'm looking at the individual that I borrowed the money from. All those specular details are coming in. Correct. But the nigga Jackie Long, he was good bread. He was good money. He was like,
no, he wasn't good money because he came with $3,000 short. You're not good unless you pay in
He
full.
was good bread because he lent him the bread in the first place. If a nigga, listen, if you're not good bread, I'm not lending.
Was good.
No, listen to me. If you, Lorona, you want to borrow money from me, I'm Ski, right? If I lend you this money, I obviously believe that you're capable of paying it back.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. And for me to even lend you this money and take you on as an acquisition is to say that I believe in your growth and you can pay this money back. Okay. It doesn't mean that I believe that you're going to come with 97% of my fucking money back. Right? It means I believe in you wholeheartedly. I give you $250. I believe that whatever you're doing, your business venture, whatever you've given me a proposal, you've shown me what you're gonna do, and I believe that this will bring my money back. And that's how we did business. And then you show up $3,000 short on $250.
You're proving my point.
No.
Right now.
What I'm saying is this. If you could borrow $250, you could pay back $250. Don't show up with 247. Because guess what? And thinking that, oh, well, he's such a big entity. He lent me this money. $3 grand won't make a big difference. Guess what? I'm 50, nigga. And it does make a big difference. And I'm at your ass for that $3 grand. And I'm big money. And I'm big bread. I lent you $250.
But that's exactly what I've been saying. You said he was good for it. I'm saying he's not good for it because he didn't pay up his full amount.
I wasn't saying he's good for it. I'm saying it was assumed he was good for it. Gotcha. That's why the loan went through. You understand? It's assumed you're good. It's all assumptive when you're loaning money, right? The bank loans you bread on an assumption of what your proposal is. So,
story, did he get his money back?
Yeah, Fofty getting that bread back, nigga.
He got his
he pressed. Listen, he got his 247,000 straight because, and then but then that's why I'm analyzing this nigga. Like, how you come with 247,000? But anyway, and then Fofty hit him up like, nigga, you sure? You thought I was gonna count the bread? Gotcha. And Fofty made sure to count that bread. So and then the nigga tried to drag 50. He tried to drag it. He's like, yo, nigga, $3 grand? You making a big deal over $3 grand? And guess what, nigga? I am making a big deal over $3 grand. Give me my fucking money. And so he cost that $3 grand up too.
Is that whole Cash App thing on Instagram where it's like after the Cash App such and such and such
fees and thing on the side? No, it's not.
Oh.
And if it is, that's your problem. Because you're paying my bread back Cash App. I didn't Cash App you $250.
Gotcha.
However you get my bread back, nigga, if you gotta pay $1,500, $2,000, whatever you gotta pay to give me my $250 on the dime, do it. And that's what I was trying to pinpoint is that why the fuck was $3,000 held off of $247,000? How does $3 grand is the number? Like, I couldn't understand if niggas like, yo, listen, I owe him $250. I gave him $200. I owe him $50. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? That's an understandable debt for amounts that large. But how the fuck that shit come down to $3 grand and you paying back $250,000? How does $3 grand become the number?
He didn't have it.
Cause the nigga sus.
In other news, my man R. Kelly, who I swore I would never talk about again.
R. Kelly,
but y'all forced me.
Yeah.
Who I swore I would never talk about. So apparently he's doing a tour in the midst of his case.
Yo, this guy's confident.
What you think the ticket sales gonna look like?
I think they're gonna be high. I think those are gonna be sold out shows.
I swear,
I think those are gonna be sold out shows. Nobody wants to believe it, but guess what? In the midst,
sold out.
Listen, in the midst of the R. Kelly, what was that show? They had a show on When network was? They had a show about R. Kelly. It's a whole show.
Oh yeah, it's on
Oxygen, right?
I believe, yeah.
In the midst of that show, he was going back and forth. The court nigga was locked up and all that, and the show was still proceeding on. Now, excuse me.
There's a lot of people who support R. Kelly.
Right, and that show,
alarming amount.
And that show was depicting him in a negative light. But do you know how many viewers you got to watch that show in light of R. Kelly?
Not only that.
It's all about R. Kelly.
Not only that, but his streaming of music went up like 10 times.
People love fucking R. Kelly. And not for nothing.
I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I can't get R. Kelly
out of my head. Not for nothing, R. Kelly is a tremendous.
I'm not stepping in the name of love.
Yo, R. Kelly is a tremendous talent. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not act like R. Kelly can't fucking sing. R. Kelly is a humongous talent. Don't let this rape and all this shit overshadow the talent.
Because he's talking about rape in his songs. Like, when you rethink R. Kelly's music, he's legit talking. It seems like you're ready.
I think you're hearing cues that only speak volumes to women.
There are a lot of R. Kelly songs that speak on rape.
Yeah, and you know what I feel like too? I feel like R. Kelly is flamboyant about that shit, man.
He is.
What I told you earlier. What did I say earlier? R. Kelly is the George Bush of R&B.
Like he just
that nigga give you that little smirk. Yeah, like, you know I fucked you, but what are you gonna do about it?
The man talks about rape a lot,
and he goes on. Yo, shout out Mike.
So that's why I can't get down with R. Kelly. Because people's like, oh, you need to separate the music from the person.
You can't. It's impossible. It's impossible.
Rape.
They're one and the same. He's raping these girls. I'm not gonna say he's raping anybody, but he's got these allegations because of the music. It is the music who brought these people, these fans, the women who allegedly got raped or whatever it is, all this love for R. Kelly, all these women who devote themselves to R. Kelly, these bitches doing interviews talking about, yo, he was living up in the house.
With the bitch?
These women were living up in the house. They're going shopping. It's all good until R. Kelly locks you in a room and you gotta pee, and he puts a Home Depot bucket in the corner of the room, and that's all you have. Then now it's a problem. But all day you were chained to this mattress, and you got all the shoes, all the red bottoms you can wear, and now you know what I'm saying? R. Kelly's not the bad guy, my nigga. He is a talented motherfucker.
He is completely the bad guy. You're talking about a guy who used to, at 25, used to sit in the parking lot of. Well, let me finish. I see you about to say something. The man used to sit in parking lots of school waiting for high school girls to come out.
I never heard that, and I never knew that. I never knew that. I never knew that. You just put me on to something.
In that same show,
put me on to something. I didn't know that.
They talk about that.
But of course he's a predator.
Let me finish. The man used to sit outside of schools. The man used to ask his managers to go get young girls.
Right, I knew about that.
Yes.
I knew about that.
He
scouting,
the scouting. To scout young.
The scouting. That's how he got a majority of them.
He's a predator.
By faking it, by lying and saying he was going to give them a career as singers and shit.
Yes, it's like you went to the mall and you just ended up meeting this badass shorty who turned out to be 17 and you're 26 and you're like, yo, I mean, she's bad as shit.
R. Kelly's worse than that. R. Kelly's worse than that. He knew. He spoke to the parents of these 16-year-old girls and shit. And he promised these girls singing careers and all that shit. He spoke to the parents and all that. He was cool. Definitely, and that's his business. But here's the thing.
Here's the thing. His business?
Yes, because it's not my business. I'm not gonna take a side with him. That's him. That's his business. But listen. Here's the downplay of it all: is that the nigga is such a manipulator that none of these girls are gonna talk bad about him. They haven't yet. None of these girls have taken the stand against him.
The whole show is about girls.
No,
talking about
I watched
him.
the show. And I saw the girl.
You didn't watch all of it.
No, I watched enough. I watched enough to listen. I watched enough to know this much. I seen one part of the show where this girl had ran away from her mother, and her mother was trying to get back to her, and this bitch was this girl was hiding out in hotel rooms and lying to her mother. Her mother came up there and tried to take her back. Okay, she banging on the hotel room door. She got the hotel room a manager to bring her up to the room and all that. And now, she talked. Hold on, I'm still talking. And she talked to her daughter face to face in the doorway. Her daughter said, "Ma, come back in 10 minutes, and I'm gonna leave with you." And she lied to her mother. Look at her bald face in the eye for R. Kelly, and R. Kelly was nowhere to be found. Mm-hmm. He was nowhere in sight. This happened 2 or 3 times. Two different parents.
It is a combination of
they claim. Hold on. No. It's not a combination of anything. It's the manipulation. It's the manipulation on these girls, and that's why the nigga, in my eyes, that's the only reason that he's a predator in my eyes. Because I know what it's like to talk to younger women and to see that they don't know as much about life as you, and know that you can manipulate them, and that's what the nigga did.
So
that's what the nigga did.
How much younger are we talking?
Huh?
How much younger are we talking?
Younger than who? R. Kelly? I don't know. R. Kelly's older than me, so.
So you say you're used to talking to young girls. So I'm asking how.
I've been around younger women. Yes.
And how much younger are we talking about?
I don't know.
Are we talking about near consensual
I don't know because
age,
I don't know because I didn't involve myself with them that closely. Gotcha. But I know that they were younger. Don't ever try to play me. Don't ever try. You and your backup will burn, my nigga. You'll never get me. Ever. Yeah. I know. I heard the whispers. This nigga's supposed to have headphones on doing the audio. This nigga's whispering shit over here. Thanks, buddy. Hats off to you.
Had questions.
Oh, we now. Oh, we.
Just had
so you from France now. So this dress is an Yves Saint Laurent number you have on.
Of course it is.
You from France now.
Of course it is.
Because you talking about we. Right? You speaking French now. Talking we, right?
We just had some questions about how young we speaking about. We just want to know.
I wouldn't know.
The fans want to know how young
honestly,
we
I like older women, so I wouldn't know how young they were. But I know that they're younger than me because I can see that. Listen, if I wanted to, I could R. Kelly you, bitch. Hey, they were that much younger. You asked a question. That's how much younger they were. That if I wanted to, I could manipulate them. But I'm not a predator.
Gotcha.
Got it?
Let's end with that. Let's focus on I'm not a predator part because you backing yourself into that corner.
When you brought up R. Kelly, that's how you gonna end me out, huh?
That was
then
the
I'm
last
not a predator.
topic.
Everybody,
I'm trying to look out for you.
I'm not a predator. I like old ladies with long titties. I like old ladies. Okay.
What?
I like old women. Yeah, I'd rather be known for that than anything related to a predator, like you're trying to mold me into here.
Old ladies with long titties.
Long, down to the ground. Old ladies.
Rest in peace, Jermaine Facade.
Yo, Jermaine Facade, man, rest in peace. Jermaine Facade, rest in peace. Condolences to the family of Jermaine Facade. Also, my dude Nipsey, as you already know, $10 million. I meant to talk about that too. The Marathon store just hit $10 million since Nipsey's passing. Quiet. They've just hit 10. You tried to label me as a predator. I gotta leave you out. I gotta leave you out. $10 million to the Nipsey Hussle Foundation and Marathon Clothing Store since his passing. Jermaine Prasad family, condolences, rest in peace. And also my man John Singleton, rest in peace. And condolences to his family. And I wish y'all all the best with that $66 million bag to that youngest.
I ain't saying anything else on this podcast because he tried to push me out. So it's Roni in the middle.
Roni!
We are wrapping it up.
Wrap it up. I'm not a predator. I like old ladies.
With long titties.
Long, down to the ground. Long.